Hi Nana. Today we will learn about the geometrical isomerism in cumulines and in some other compounds. Geometrical isomerism in cumulines. Cumulines are also called as allenes. They are also called as allenes. What are cumulines? Organic compounds containing successive double bonds are said to be cumulines or allenes. For example, take this. So here in this compound, so double bonds are successive. So the middle carbons, they are sp hybridized, and the end carbons are sp2 hybridized. So even these are also allenes or cumulines. Look here. So here this is a cumuline containing even number of double bonds, and this is a cumuline containing odd number of double bonds. When even number of double bonds are present, the terminal carbon, these two terminal carbons and the groups which are attached to the terminal carbons, the groups will be perpendicular to each other. So these two groups which are attached to this end carbon, they are perpendicular to the groups which are present on this carbon, which is present in towards the other end. So these groups and these groups, they are perpendicular to each other. As they are perpendicular to each other, what happens? See, suppose this is methyl group and this is also methyl group. So now if you see the areal distance between these two methyl groups, so it is same if this methyl group is present even here, even if it is present here also, here the areal distance will be same. Areal distance will be same. So when areal distance, that means if methyl group is present either here or here, the distance does not changes. Hence this particular compound does not show geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism is shown only when areal distance changes with the change in the arrangement of spatial arrangement of atoms. Okay, so that means this compound does not show geometrical isomerism. That means cumulines with even number of double bonds does not show geometrical isomerism. Now let us see cumulines with odd number of double bonds. See one thing, this here odd number of double bonds are there. This is methyl group and this is also methyl group. See now areal distance between these two methyl groups, it is different. It will change when two methyl groups, they are placed here. So here the areal distance between these two methyl groups is more when compared to the areal distance between these two methyl groups. That means in odd number of double bonds, cumulines with odd double bonds, so they show geometrical isomerism provided that the terminal carbons, it should contain two different groups. The terminal carbons should contain two different groups. So when the terminal carbon contain two different groups, okay, the cumulines with odd number of double bonds will show geometrical isomerism, because here, so this is a trans form because the areal distance between them is more, between two methyl groups is more, but here in this arrangement the areal distance between the methyl groups is less. That means this compound is different from this compound. Hence the same molecular formula, same structure, same arrangement, but the difference in spatial arrangement is they are differing in spatial arrangement. Hence, these two are said to be stereoisomers, and particularly geometrical isomerism, because this is a trans isomer and this is a cis isomer. In general, we can say like this: cumulins with odd number of double bonds exhibit geometrical isomerism if terminal carbons are connected to different groups. Okay, so like this, geometrical isomerism in cumulins can be studied. That means the cumulins with even number of double bonds, they never show geometrical isomerism, and cumulins with odd number of double bonds will show geometrical isomerism, provided that the terminal carbons, the groups which are attached to the terminal carbons, those two groups should be different. For example, if a compound is like this, suppose if it is like this, it does not show geometrical isomerism, because here this terminal carbon, it is attached to identical groups. Hence, in this case, it does not show geometrical isomerism, though it is having odd number of double bonds. So that means two conditions should be met. One is possessing possessing odd number of double bonds in cumulins, and the second one is the carbons, the terminal carbon, they should possess different groups or else different atoms. Then only they show geometrical isomerism. Otherwise, they do not show geometrical isomerism. So here in this case, geometrical isomerism is not possible. So here these two are geometrical isomer to each other. So this is what a trans, and this is cis isomer. Like this, geometrical isomerism in cumulins can be studied. Now let us learn about the geometrical isomerism in spiranes. Spiranes. What are spiranes? Spiranes are nothing but spiro compounds. When two rings are connected by only single carbon, then those compounds are said to be spiranes. Even in spiranes also, if a spirane contains even number of rings like this, a spirane with even means here 2, it may be 4 or 6 or any number it may be. Suppose if even number of rings are present in spiranes, then it does not show no geometrical isomerism. Like how in allenes, here also these two will be here. Like how in allenes, even in spiranes also. So when even number of rings are present, what happens? So here the the terminal the groups attached to terminal carbon, both the terminal carbons, so they are perpendicular to each other. Hence the aerial distance does not changes. The aerial distance does not change. Okay. Suppose if it is like this. Suppose if it is like this, and here from here onwards, if I take a point from here to here, the distance is equal to the distance from bottom here to here, so it will be same. Suppose let us assume like this. From this corner to this corner, how much distance is there? The same distance will be from this corner to this corner. So like this, when perpendicularly, when groups are arranged like this, so the aerial distance will be same, same same towards both the groups or both the atoms from this group. Suppose if odd number of rings are present in the spirane compound like this, then odd number of when odd numbers of rings are present, then it shows geometrical isomerism is possible. So now this compound is cis, because these two methyl groups are present towards the same side, because here all atoms they are present in the same plane, but here these two atoms they are present in the plane perpendicular to this plane, but in this case all atoms. So let us take chlorine instead of methyl group. Okay, here all atoms they are present in the same plane. That means here this is what? This is cis isomer, and a trans isomer is also possible with the same molecular formula. So this is a trans. So from this it is understood that spiranes having even number of rings, okay, do not show geometrical isomerism, but spiranes with odd number of rings exhibit geometrical isomerism, provided that the terminal carbons they should contain two different groups attached to them. They should contain two different groups attached to them. Suppose if any terminal carbon is having identical groups like these two chlorines, then it does not show geometrical isomerism. That means the two groups which are attached to the terminal carbons, they should be different, they should not be identical. Then only the spiranes will show geometrical isomerism. That means spiranes with odd number of rings, okay, and containing different groups attached to the same terminal carbons, okay, then such type of compounds only will show geometrical isomerism. And the compounds with the spiranes with the two rings, or else even number of rings, does not show geometrical isomerism. Okay, right. Now, one thing we have to learn. What is that? In cyclic alkenes, trans is more stable. In cyclic alkenes, trans is more stable. Okay, sorry, in acyclic alkenes, trans is more stable. In cyclic alkenes, cis form is more stable. For example, so this is a cyclic alkene. So trans, what happens? So these two, so this carbon, so this carbon is having two hydrogens. What happens? So here two hydrogens will repel each other. So such repulsion is said to be transannular repulsion. transannular repulsion. Due to the presence of transannular repulsion in a trans form, hence what happens, this trans form is not stable. As a trans form is not stable in cyclic alkenes, only therefore cis form is more stable. Why trans form is not stable in cyclic alkenes? Generally trans form will be, trans isomer should be stable in general, but in cyclic alkenes, instead of trans isomer, cis isomer is more stable, because in trans isomer, so transannular repulsions between hydrogen atoms takes place. As a result of transannular repulsion between hydrogen atoms, the trans form is less stable when compared to cis form. Okay, right. Next, geometrical isomerism due to restricted rotation. Due to restricted rotation. About a single bond. Generally, restricted rotation is present either in double bonds, or else in triple bonds, or else in cyclic compounds. But in some cases, restricted rotation is also present about single bonds. So now let us learn about those compounds where restricted rotation is present about single bonds. For example, generally in biphenyls it takes place. So here this is one phenyl group. So it is when it is attached to another phenyl group. Suppose if this is substituted hydrogen, that hydrogen is substituted by one group. Here bromine, here hydrogen is substituted by bromine. Okay. Here iodine, let us assume. Here also iodine. What happens? So here these two groups, they come closer. So what happens? The electron density of this group will repel the electron density of this one. And here also. So actually these two rings are present like this. But due to repulsion between them, in order to minimize the repulsion between them, what happens? So one of the ring will turn perpendicular. So like this. One of the ring will be arranged in perpendicular to this one. So now this ring and this ring is perpendicular to each other. Okay. So here another ring. So in such cases what happens? So though it is single bond, but you will find restricted rotation. That means, so the center one, it will be perpendicular. The center one will be perpendicular to these two will lie in the same plane, but this one will be perpendicular. This one will be in the perpendicular. So this is first one, this is second one, and the third one will be like this. First one, second one, this is first one, this is second one, okay, and the third one will be like this. So that means these two will lie in the same plane, and the middle one will be in the perpendicular plane to these two. Why? Due to steric repulsion. What is the meaning of steric repulsion? Repulsion due to bulky groups, due to size. Okay, so because of large size atom, what happens between these two? between these two, what happens? Repulsion takes place. Such repulsions are said to be steric repulsions. So due to steric repulsion, what happens? Due to steric repulsion, the outer rings. So these two are outer rings, and this is the inner ring. The outer rings will be in the same plane, and inner ring will be perpendicular to other two. So like this. As a result of this, what happens? So now this type of arrangement is said to be cis. Okay, because this one is here restricted rotation is present. So this one cannot rotate. This one cannot rotate, or else this one also cannot rotate, because this one is in one plane and this one will be another plane. Due to steric repulsion, the rotation is not possible. Hence, the rotation is said to be restricted rotation. So, in such case, the restricted rotation about single bonds. So here this is what? This is cis form. So trans form of this can be written like this, can be drawn like this. So now the aerial distance between them is increased. Between these two is increased when compared to the aerial distance between these two. These two will have same molecular formula, same connectivity, that means same structure. In every respect these two are same, except the spatial distribution of the groups. See, this form cannot convert into this form because of restricted rotation. So this one cannot rotate and turn into this form. So it will remain transform only, in transform only, and this will remain in cis form only. Generally, whenever a single bond is present, that single bond will allow the rotation of the molecule. But here these single bonds does not allow the rotation of the molecules because of steric repulsion. These two will repel, these two will repel, these two will repel, these two will repel. As a result of this, the outer rings, they remain in the same plane, whereas the middle ring it remains perpendicular to the other two rings, outer rings. So as a result of this one, what happens? Here steric repulsion makes the rotation about single bond to be restricted rotation. Hence the cis form remains as cis form only, and the trans form remains as a trans form only. So this one cannot convert into this one, or this one cannot convert into this one. So like this, geometrical isomerism is possible. Suppose if it is not restricted rotation, what happens? So here we cannot isolate, or else we cannot separate these two, because immediately this one will convert into this one and this one will convert into this one. So we cannot by the way of separation only, simply one form will convert into another form. Hence we cannot separate them. Whenever restricted rotation is possible, then one form cannot convert into another form. Hence they can be we can isolate them, isolable. Okay, so like this, geometrical isomerism due to restricted rotation can be studied about a single bond. Okay. Now we will learn about the properties, the physical properties of this geometrical isomers. So mainly, what are physical properties? So these physical properties will help us to identify the given compound as cis form or trans form. Because of their difference in physical properties, those two forms can be separated, otherwise we cannot separate. Regarding geometrical isomers, mainly the physical properties, the important physical properties are dipole moment, generally it is denoted with nu. Next, melting point, boiling point, stability, solubility. So particularly solubility in polar solvents. So what is dipole moment? Already we learnt about dipole moment. Suppose this compound. So what is this one? 2-butene. So this is a cis 2-butene because two methyl groups are present towards the same side. So I can draw trans 2-butene like this. This is a trans 2-butene. Let us assume this as A and this as B. This is cis form of 2-butene and this is a trans form of 2-butene. See what happens? See, always remember that this is sp2 carbon, and even this is also sp2 carbon. This is what? sp3 carbon. This is also sp3 carbon. So sp2, electronegativity of sp2 will be more than sp3 always. So what happens? So here, due to the difference in electronegativity, so there exists a bond moment. So here the dipole moment will be towards a more electronegative atom from this carbon to this carbon. And here also it will be like this. As a result of this, so they are acting towards the same direction. Hence, the resultant dipole moment is nothing but the addition of these two dipole moments. That means in cis form, the dipole moments are added. So that the dipole moment is increased. Whereas in trans form, so here the dipole moment will be in this direction, and here the dipole moment will be in this direction. What happens? So here one will cancel the other, or else at least the dipole moments, they do not add up. So here one will cancel the other and other will cancel this one, or else there will be reduction in the dipole moment as they are in opposite directions. So there will be decrease in dipole moment. So that means dipole moment of cis. So simply I am writing A, B. So dipole moment of A is greater than B. Okay, due to the presence of more dipole moment in cis form, so it will lead to some other physical properties. We will learn those things. Suppose, let us see stability. If you discuss about the stability, what happens? So this is methyl group CH3 group, and this is also methyl group CH3 group. So what happens? There will be repulsion between these two because they are present towards the same side. There will be repulsion. In trans form, so the methyl groups, there will be steric repulsion. Steric repulsion means, so because of their large size, what happened? These two groups, they will try to move away from each other. That means there is some sort of instability due to repulsion, steric repulsion. But here in trans form, so this methyl group is present here and this methyl group is present here. So they are far away from each other. Hence, steric repulsion is not present. So as a result of this one, so this one is less stable than this one. Because of steric repulsion is absent, so it will try to remain in this form only. But here, due to the presence of steric repulsion, so these two groups always they will be under repulsion only. That means this form is less stable form. Stability is decreased due to repulsion. So that means cis form is less stable than trans form. Stability, about stability, if you see, A is less stable than B. A is less stable than B. So this is regarding stability. Right? Next, melting point. If you discuss about melting point, see, melting point depends upon the packing. How effectively the molecules are packed. So when so here actually here this arrangement is said to be linear arrangement, and this is somewhat the crystals in this compound. The crystals are in the U form, U shape, and in this compound the crystals are linear. So when the crystals are in U shape, what happens? So here the packing is not effective. So that means in cis form packing is not effective, but whereas in trans form packing is effective. So melting point depends upon the effective packing. Effective packing of the molecules. Effective packing. So in cis form generally, so whenever in trans form effective packing is there when compared to the cis form. As a result of this one, what happens? Whenever effective packing is effective, that means all the molecules will come very closer. When all the molecules are very come closer, then what happens? So its melting point will be more. To separate them, we have to heat to higher temperature. If the packing is not effective, what happens? They can be easily separated with low temperature only, at low temperature only. So here trans form, due to its more effective packing, so it requires more temperature for melting the crystals. The crystalline form, it requires more. The trans form of the crystals will require more heat energy for melting. Hence melting point, if you discuss the melting point of trans means B. So melting point of B is greater than A. Right. Next, boiling point. See, boiling point depends upon the dipole moment and polar interaction. Dipole interaction. Boiling point depends on dipolar interaction. See, these dipolar interactions, when dipole moment increases, then dipolar interaction increases. Okay. So in cis form, so what happens? Cis form, the dipole moment is less. Dipole moment is less in cis form. sorry, in cis form dipole moment is more. In cis form dipole moment is more. Hence dipolar interaction will be more. So that means whenever dipolar interactions are more, what happens? Dipolar interactions, it will make the molecules to come closer. Dipolar interactions make the molecules to come closer, so that its boiling point, to separate them, it requires more. The liquid will require more energy, more heat energy. So that means in cis form, as more dipole moment, there will be more dipolar interaction. Okay, that means polar interactions. So in cis form, one more thing. In cis forms, two things are present. So dipolar interactions are present, and also London dispersion forces. London dispersion forces. So because of these two things, what happens? So interactions are more. Because of these two reasons, the interactions are more. Whenever the interactions are more, so all they cannot be separated easily. Hence, the boiling point of cis is more when compared to the boiling point of transform. In transform, so here in transform, this is absent. Dipolar interactions are less, very less, because dipole momentum is less. In transform, dipole momentum, it reduces. The resultant dipole momentum will decrease. Because of decrease in less amount of dipole moment, the dipolar interactions are very less, or else may not be present, and only interaction is London dispersion forces. Because of less interactions, the transform of the compound can be boiled easily at low temperatures only. Okay, whereas in cis form, so two types of interactions are there. What are they? Dipolar interactions and London dispersion forces. Okay, but in transform, only one type of interactions. What are they? What type of interactions? Only London dispersion forces are present. Okay, hence what happens? The boiling point of cis will be more, because of more interactions and more dipole moment and more interactions, and the transform, its boiling point will be less. So like this, we can discuss about the boiling point. And solubility. If we discuss about solubility, generally in cis form, more dipole moment, hence dipolar nature increases. That means polar nature increases. Whenever polar nature is increases, what happens? The cis form can be readily soluble in polar solvents. Okay, so cis form can be readily soluble in polar solvents. That means solubility of cis is more than transform in water. Because water is a polar solvent. Water is a polar solvent. So whenever the compound is more dipolar nature, so in that case, its hydration energy will be greater than lattice energy. If hydration energy is greater than lattice energy, what happens? The compound will easily soluble. That compound is soluble in polar solvents. Hence, the solubility of cis form in water is more when compared to the solubility of the transform in water, transisomer in water. So like this, the solubility. These are some of the physical properties. Suppose if the compound is like this, what happens? Suppose if the compound is like this. So if it is Cl, before that it was methyl, now in this case it is chlorine. So the trans form of this one can be written like this. Suppose if it is chlorine, so this is cis form and this is a trans isomer. So in this case what happens? So this is more electronegative, so dipole moment will be in this direction. And this carbon is more electronegative than this one. So the dipole moment will be in this direction. So what happens? So these two, these two cases, these two dipole moment, they are acting in opposite. So what happens? So the resultant dipole moment will decrease. In trans form, the dipole moment will be in this direction towards chlorine because it is more electronegative than this carbon. And here, when compared to this carbon is more electronegative, hence dipole moment will be in this direction. So in such compounds what happens? In trans isomer, the dipole moments are added. So this is exactly opposite to our previous discussion. So now what happens? So here dipole moment increases, whereas here dipole moment decreases. Whenever, that means in such compounds, dipole moment of cis is less when compared to dipole moment of trans. Dipole moment of trans is more than dipole moment of cis. So now let us assume this as A and this as B. Melting point. So always remember that melting point depends upon the effective packingness. So trans form is always effectively packed when compared to cis form. So here the melting point of the trans will be more. No doubt the melting point of trans will be more than the cis form. Whereas boiling point it depends upon dipole moment. That means boiling point depends upon the interactions. So whenever dipole momentum is more, the interactions will be more. Whenever interactions are more, what happens? The boiling point will be more. So that means in trans form, so in this compound, the trans form will have more boiling point. So that means trans B is having more boiling point. So B is having more boiling point than A because of its more dipole moment, more interactions. So what happens is the boiling point increases. Next is stability. Stability wise, if you speak, so this is bulky group and this is also bulky group. So these two, they are closer. So what happens? Repulsion takes place, steric repulsion. So that is why stability decreases. Whereas here, so this is methyl group which is far away from the chlorine group. So what happens? This is more stable. Always trans is more stable than cis. Stability, trans is more stable than cis form. Again, solubility in water. Solubility in water, it depends upon the dipole moment. So in which case dipole momentum is more. So if the compound is like this, the trans form will have more dipole moment. As it is having more dipole moment, what happens? It exhibits more polar nature. Because of its more polar nature, when compared to cis form, it has less polar nature. So that means, so this is more soluble in water than this one. So the solubility of B or else a trans isomer is more in water than the solubility of cis isomer. So like this. So here, it's because of presence of chlorine group, what happens? It is changing all the properties of the compound. Let us see another example. Suppose if these two are COOH groups instead of that one, instead of methyl groups. So if these two are COOH groups, these two COOH groups they are present towards the same side. what happens? So this is a cis form of this is called as malic acid. Malic acid is cis form, and its a trans form is, it is called as a fumaric acid. COOH. Simply I am writing COOH. Here also I'll write COOH. This is a trans form, and its a trans form is said to be fumaric acid. Fumaric acid. So dipole moment, if you see, so first of all dipole moment you will see. So dipole moment of this is cis A and trans B. So dipole momentum of cis is more. A is more than B. Remember that malic acid will have more dipole moment than fumaric acid. Melting point of fumaric acid is more than malic acid. And stability is of, here stability wise fumaric acid is more stable because bulky groups they are present closer. When these two groups are they are due to steric repulsion, what happens? So this is less stable when compared to this one. So stability wise fumaric acid is more stable than malic acid. Boiling point, see they decompose before boiling. So if you want to boil these two, so both of them will decompose. Both of them, they decompose before boiling. They decompose, both of them will decompose before boiling. Okay. And one more thing, they show intramolecular reactions. That means if malic acid is heated, this is malic acid. When it is heated, what happens? So it loses water molecule. So this hydrogen and OH groups it will remove and forms what? Malic anhydride. It forms malic anhydride. So this is called as malic anhydride. This is malic acid. Malic anhydride. That means upon heating about 150 degrees centigrade, what happens? So this cis form will show intramolecular reaction. That means this cis form will convert into its anhydride upon heating. But transform, because these two are closer. So what happens? This hydrogen, one hydrogen and hydrogen from one group and OH from another group, it will be lost in the form of water. Plus water is formed. But here in transform, so both the COOH groups are far away from each other. Hence, fumaric acid cannot convert into anhydride. Fumaric anhydride is not possible. Okay, so that is the basic. That is the physical difference between. Physical difference means here this show intramolecular reaction, whereas this one does not show reaction. At 150 degrees centigrade, fumaric acid cannot convert into fumaric anhydride, whereas malic acid can convert into malic anhydride. fumaric acid, no reaction at 150 degrees centigrade when fumaric acid is heated. But when fumaric acid is heated to higher temperature, when they are heated to higher temperature, at very high temperature, that means around 320, at 320 degrees centigrade, what happens? Malic acid will convert into fumaric acid, and fumaric acid will convert into malic acid. What happens? 320, at 320 degrees centigrade, it's at high temperature. What happens? Homolytic cleavage takes place. Homolytic cleavage takes place and radicals will form. Homolytic at higher temperature, what happens? Homolytic cleavage takes place. What is the meaning of homolytic cleavage? That means this bond will break. Bond means a pair of electrons. At very high temperature, what happens? So this bond will break down. So this carbon will get one electron and this carbon will get another electron. Now what happens? So single bonds are formed here. So what happens here? Because of the presence of single bond, so rotation is possible. So what happens? This will come toward this side. Okay. So like this will convert into this one. That means rotation is possible. At very high temperature, like at 320 degrees centigrade, homolytic cleavage takes place. So now this had to be radicals. So di-free radical. Because of formation of intermediate free radicals and single bond, so this single bond will allow the rotation. So this group will because of rotation, what happens? So this will move here, this will rotate here and convert into this one. So slowly what happens? Again another bond formation will take place. That means this malic acid will convert into fumaric acid only at very high temperature, and fumaric acid will convert into malic acid only at very high temperature. At high temperatures, B will convert into A and A will convert into A, and finally what happens? So in that compound, suppose if I start with fumaric acid, what happens? So, fumaric acid, when it is heated to 320 degrees centigrade, what happens? Few molecules of fumaric acid will convert into malic acid, and in that substance you will find mixture of fumaric acid as well as malic acid also. So when the fumaric acid is heated to 320 degrees centigrade and above, so what happens? In that substance, little amount of malic acid or else some amount of malic acid also will form. No, it cannot be treated as pure substance. Right? That means action of heat will change the cis and will interconvert the cis and transform at higher temperatures on strong heating. Particularly at above 320 degrees centigrade, they will interconvert with into one form will interconvert into another form. So like this, these are some of the physical properties generally encountered in geometrical isomers. Okay, so we'll discuss about the other concepts in the next video.